Blessed be witches, and welcome to another episode of Witch Please. It is I, Odin the Seer, and today we are going to be doing the second part to our laundry washes, and that is Reverend Odin's Love Me Tender Wash. Yes, darling, yes. So what are you going to be needing for today? Well, you are going to be needing, as usual, the Dr. Bronner's. This is wonderful when it comes to being able to allow both of the cleansers to combine within each other, because Dr. Bronner's is actually, it has olive oil in it, so it allows us to be able to blend the oils a little bit better, a little easier, and they don't really separate and float like that. And if they do separate, just shake it up and it's perfectly fine. Now, why would we use this? Well, this one is about love, y'all. This is really about love. It's about being able to connect with whomever it is, that special someone. Now this one, I have a tendency to do my linens in. Yes, anything that has to do with bed, bath. I will, even if I'm going out on vacation or whatnot, and I know that me and my spouse are going to be together for long periods of time, or if I'm going out for a dinner together or whatnot, and I want to kind of create that vibration, I will actually wash and dry my clothing and have this as the wash that I choose. Before I had met my spouse, I actually used this as well. Now again, you know, if I was just going on to have a good time, I would use the Dear Sexy Knickers, but this was more for when I was, you know, looking for love. And that's, you know, I met my spouse, so it works. Do your knickers, do your under thingies with the Dear Sexy Knickers, and then do your clothing with this. And you're kind of taking it from both angles here, all right? You got the sexiness and you got the love. All right, so what are you gonna need here? You're gonna need Dr. Bronner's, as I said. It is a wonderful way of being able to allow these two to mix with the oil. You are going to need the detergent of your choosing. Now, I normally recommend finding something that is environmentally sound when doing this, and preferably non-scented. If it does have a scent, it's fine, but I find that you get a better just fragrance when you have a non-scented one, but either one will work fine. Your master bottle, 1/8 of a cup, measuring cup, Marshmallow, Lavender, Nutmeg, Jasmine, and you will need Rose. Now this is Rose Absolute, y'all. It's not my 10% Rose that I used before. I like to use the Absolute when it comes to this. I just find that I get a stronger, better vibration from it. I don't know, this is what I've been doing. Now Rose Absolute is very expensive, so if you don't want to use it, that's perfectly fine as well. You can use the diluted version if you would like. Now I normally put in 7 drops of this. If you're going to be using the dilute, you want to change that up to 14 drops. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to take our 1/8 of a cup and of our Dr. Bronner's, and we're going to put that in the bottom of our master bottle. All right, so the first one we're going to be working on is Mallow. Now Mallow is great when it comes to fidelity. Yes, it is great when it comes to love. It is also great when it comes to exorcism. Now, for those of you who are in polyamorous relationships or open relationships, feel free to use this as well. If you love your partner, whatever relationship you have is perfectly fine, okay? And you don't have to worry about this being like, oh, you know, fidelity by way of, you know, oh, it's only me type of thing. Okay, now if that is your bag, if you are in a monogamous long-term relationship, this is wonderful for that too. Whatever you agreed upon, if you're in an open relationship, polyamorous relationship, this just means that you are going to be faithful from an emotional level. This is what we're talking about here. Okay, this means that you are going to be the person that's going to come home to your spouse. You are going to love and honor your spouse. You are going to take them into consideration always. You're going to be faithful. Faithful just doesn't mean, you know, I'm not going to cheat or I'm not going to do this. Faithful is a multitude of things, right? So this is the reason why we want to add this mallow in. We want to bring in that love. We want to bring in that emotional fidelity into the relationship, and we want to exercise out all negative energy or anything that is hindering your relationship and the love you feel. So we are going to be putting in 7 drops of this. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to pray over this and move on to the next one. Now, why do we add the nutmeg? Well, the nutmeg, again, is also good for fidelity. Again, y'all, this is fidelity of the emotional aspect. Whatever your relationship may be, this will work perfectly fine. This is about honoring the love that you have. And remember, love liberates. It does not control. It does not bind, okay? So whatever agreement you have in your relationship, it's fine to use this. This is about the fidelity and the honesty and the connection and honoring that, okay? It is also good when it comes to bringing in a sense of a romance. It is wonderful bringing in a sense of home and family and that connection and that understanding and that nurturing. So it really brings in another element to that. It allows you to focus on what really matters in your relationship. And we are going to be adding in 9 drops of this. All right, so now we're going to pray over this and move on to the next one. Now, lavender. Why do we add lavender? Well, lavender is great for love. It is great for protection. It's great for peace. It's great for calming. It's great for comfort. And it's even said that it's been great for chastity. Now, again, let's look at chastity more of a loyalty type of thing. Okay, this is where I want to kind of really differentiate this. Now, again, if you're going to be using this to kind of subdue somebody, then you can use it in that context as well. However, in this one, it is more for a loyalty that we are going to be using the lavender for. All right, so we are going to be going hardcore with this as well, and we are going to be adding in 9 drops of the lavender. All right, so we are going to pray over this and continue on. Now, jasmine is great when it comes to love. It is great when it comes to protection. It is great when it comes to communication. It is great for comfort. It is great for understanding. It really is a wonderful botanical to assist people with being able to develop a strong, long-lasting love. And to be honest with you, this and yarrow would be the ones that I really have a tendency to gravitate towards when it comes to long-term relationships and love. Now, I don't have any yarrow oil at this time. However, I would use our yarrow as a substitution or even in conjunction with this at any point in time to really assist with that long-term relationship. And we are going to be adding in 13 drops of this. All right, so we are going to be saying our prayer over this and moving on to the next one. So now we are moving on to the Rose Absolute. Now, as I said, we are going to be using 7 drops of this. You can add 14 drops if you're using a dilute. Now, why do we use rose? Well, rose is one of the most perfect botanicals. It is great for love. It is great for connection. It has a protective quality. It heightens all the other botanicals and their vibration. You know, when I say about protection, it keeps anybody who is trying to infringe on your relationship at bay. It's great for allowing your partner to see your worth. Really, it heals wounds. It is just a wonderful, wonderful botanical to add into this mixture, especially when it comes to maintaining and developing a long-lasting, deep love. 7 drops, 14 if you're using a dilute. All right, so now we're moving on to the final part. And we are going to fill this bottle a little less than halfway, because it is quite a large bottle, with our detergent of our choosing. It is a lovely, light, mild scent that just, you can feel it. And when I'm doing this, I can actually feel the vibration coming off the bottle. That's how powerful these mixtures really are. And as I said, this is great for building and maintaining and deepening a love that will last forever. If you are having issues within your relationship, if you cannot communicate properly, you know, all of these different things, this is a wonderful way. Do your linen in this, you know, do your towels in this, do all of those things in this mixture, and just watch how it's going to help facilitate great communication, understanding, perspective, knowing the other person, and really remembering why you fell in love with them. And if the person has changed, this is a wonderful way of being able to fall in love with them all over again. So that is our episode for today. If you have not subscribed, you need to press subscribe, join the Witch Please family, and do not miss out on a thing. You can follow us on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, as well as Facebook. You can always send me a personal email at witchpleaseofficial@gmail.com, or you can leave a comment below. Again, do not forget to press that notification icon so you know when a new video comes out. You know you don't want to miss that. I said it before, and I will say it again. It is a pleasure to have you in my worlds. It is an honor to have you in my magic. You are always in my heart. I will see you again on another episode of Witch Please. I love you, boo-boo. Bye-bye.